What is up, guys? We are just back from our first day of CES, and out of everything that we saw today, I think one of the coolest things is from Corsair. They have this amazing case that's full of RGBs, so we're going to tell you guys a little bit about it. Our CES 2020 coverage is brought to you by Kingston's A2000 entry-level NVMe solid-state drive. With up to 1 terabyte of capacity and 3 times the performance of a traditional SSD at about the same price. So this case is really cool, but it's only a concept right now. The one they're showing here at CES is based on their iCUE 465X that we saw earlier this year. So that one has the glass front panel and glass side panel. In those side panels, you have the Capellix RGB LEDs. We saw those at CES last year, and those are the RGB LEDs that's on their Dominator Platinum RGB memory. With this, you can control all of those RGB LEDs within the iCUE software. So it looks really cool. And one thing that's really great about it is because they are the Capellix RGB LEDs, they don't take up a whole lot of space on the actual panel. So if you look at the panel from the back side, you just see this, this tiny little bit, where the RGBs are, but there's not wires anywhere or anything like that, which is really cool. So, you don't, the connection is on the panel when you put the panel on the case. So you don't have any, crazy wires anywhere or anything like that. No word yet on when this case will be available and if it's even going to stay in the same form. So, if Corsair comes out with a new case, they might incorporate these RGB LEDs on that case itself. But I really think that this case is just awesome. I mean, imagine having all of those RGB LEDs on the actual side panel and front panel of your case. And of course, as I said, you can control it with the iCUE software, which makes it really awesome. Now, talking about iCUE, we do know that, of course, iCUE is Corsair software for controlling RGB LEDs and, of course, configuring, mice, keyboards, things like that. What they've done brand new for this year is they've teamed up with ASUS, and now all ASUS devices that have RGBs will now be recognized in iCUE. So, if you have, say, an ASUS motherboard, ASUS graphics card, and then you have Corsair fans, Corsair RGB memory, Corsair AIO with RGBs on it, they'll all sync together, meaning that, you run the one effect and it's throughout all the devices. Previously you would use, ASUS Aura Sync and iCUE separately. Even if they had the same type of effect, they wouldn't be in sync or anything like that. So with this, all of your devices will be in sync together, which is of course great because we hate multiple software and we hate, different devices being out of sync. So everything will be synced together. Finally, the last thing we saw from Corsair is their brand new A500 CPU cooler. This is actually the first air cooler that Corsair has come out with in 8 years. It is a big dog. It is a massive CPU cooler. It's meant to compete with the high-end Noctua coolers. It is a dual fan, dual tower cooler. It is an absolute beast. Corsair has outfitted this cooler with 4 heat pipes, and they're different thicknesses, which I think is very interesting. So the first heat pipe is 6 millimeters thick, and then the middle 2 are 8 millimeters thick, and then the last one is 6 millimeters thick. And these are direct touch heat pipes, so they will make direct contact with your CPU. Corsair wanted to, make this cooler look more modern than, say, some of the other super big coolers that are out there. So they have this, as I said, dual tower design, but on top you have this nice cap that has the Corsair logo on it. And this cap will actually easily pop off so you can do your installation. So you are gonna get, one of those very large and long screwdrivers, Corsair screwdriver, and you can go ahead and easily install the cooler. Talking about, easy installation, the TIM is pre-applied on this CPU cooler, and the fans, they just slide on and off very easily. So Corsair kind of has thought of everything with this cooler. It kind of makes sense because it's their first air cooler in 8 years. So we're really excited to get this in. It will be available here in the next coming week, and it's going to be $99. So those are the three main things that we really wanted to highlight from Corsair at CES 2020. We had the Project Orion or Concept Orion case. We really are excited about that. Just so many, RGB LEDs on the actual glass panel, which I think is awesome. And I'm really excited to see where they take that, because again, what they showed us is based off the 465X, but we could see it on another high-end case or something like that. So that's really cool. The iCUE integration is, I think, awesome with Aura Sync because we want everything in our system to sync and have the same, effect. So having that integration is great. And then the A500, it's good to see another great competitor against, say, like a Noctua. So hopefully we'll get one of those into review soon so we can really test it and tell you guys all about it. But that is it for Corsair at CES 2020. Let us know what your favorite product was. And of course, check out our CES 2020 playlist. We'll see you guys in the next video.